Hi, boys and girls. Today's learning target is I can take specific notes about my topic by looking for dates, names, places, and important words. Yesterday, we learned that we take specific notes about our country by looking for dates, special names, places, and important words. Today, we will continue doing that with more books or with the rest of our books. This is a very important learning target, and I'm noticing that we're having a hard time taking notes. We're only finding about one or two notes in each lesson, and we really need to start taking more notes so that we have a lot of things to write about when we get into writing. So, like I mentioned yesterday, here's some ways that you can take specific notes. Putting actual names of people, actual names of places, writing things that have numbers, years, specific information special to the country, important vocabulary. So these are my notes, and I'm going to continue reading. We were reading this book yesterday, and you guys came up with some notes. But let me read a little bit. A diverse land. What does diverse mean? Differing from one another, unlike. So that must mean there's lots of different things in the land of Nigeria is not the same. It's different, depending on where you go. So it says about half of the people live in rural areas. Rural. Of or relating to the country people or life. So a lot of them live in the country. To get around, they ride donkeys or bikes. Some walk. In the desert, they might ride camels. So in my note-taking page, I'm going to write rural. I'm going to put country just to remind me, because that's something I can explain. Half of people, half of Nigerians, I can just say people, half of people live in rural areas, the country. And then they talked about transportation. I know what that word means. It's how you get around. So they said half the people get around, they ride donkeys or bikes. Donkeys, bikes, and camels in the desert. Okay? So now I'm going to keep reading. Lagos is one of the largest cities. Ooh, I already have that in my notes. It was once the capital. People used buses or motorcycles to get around this crowded city. So in the city, they use cars and buses and motorcycles. And I want to be a little bit more specific because I talked about Lagos here somewhere in my notes. So I can go back. And it might be in my, largest city in Africa. It was here, Lagos. I think I must have deleted it. And I'm going to say very crowded. I just want to put that just to remind me. It's something that I can think about when I'm writing. Let's keep going. Now, mangrove forest. Rolling plains are in the north. Mangrove forests grow where the Niger River meets the coast. Yankari National Park is in the center. Swamps and grasslands are here. Spot baboons? What else? Giraffes, elephants, hyenas. So I went ahead and I added that to my my notes. I put Yankari National Park, swamps and grasslands. And I read this little caption here and it said, or sidebar, and it said, in rural areas, high winds blow from December until March. This is known as the harmattan. A hazy red cloud forms from the dust. So I just wrote harmattan, high winds from December to March, because I know that I wanted to talk more about the weather. Now I see a chapter on Nigeria's people and I see food. And I know I have already some notes about food, but I can add more so I'll have more things to write about. Fufu makes a tasty meal. This is yam balls dipped in stew. People also like boiled plantains. Oh, I eat plantains. They mix them with beans and palm oil. So I went ahead and added that in my notes. Food, fufu, which are yam balls dipped in stew. Then I wrote food again and I put boiled plantains and I made my connection. I eat that too because we've learned that you can make connections as you're taking your notes. Here's a page that's telling us more about the people in Nigeria. Most children begin school when they are 6 years old. Primary school lasts for 6 years. Students wear uniforms. Many lessons are taught in English. Some students do not go on to secondary school. Instead, they help out at home or they begin working. So I'm going ahead and I'm adding that into my notes. School starts at 6 years and lasts for 6 years. So 6 years old. So that means by 12 years old, most kids finish school. And 12 years old, most kids finish and then help and then get jobs or help out at home. Okay. Also, I'm going to write school. They wear uniforms. So imagine after 12 years old, most of them don't end up going to school. They have to stay home and help out or they have to get jobs. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to stop there. Notice how I did a whole page of notes. So today, share out with the class one specific fact you wrote yesterday about your country. Pause the video and share out. Hopefully you guys shared out some really specific notes that you found about the country that you're researching. As you go off and take notes about your country, make sure to be specific like I did. Challenge. Take 1 page of notes today, just like I did. I'm noticing we don't have enough notes and we're not writing enough notes. So I'm challenging you today to do a whole page of notes. Okay. If you need to read more than one book, go ahead and do that. But I think if you take your time reading one of your books, you're going to get a lot of information, a lot of good specific facts to put. Do you know what to do when you get into your Google Classroom? Fist to 5, either write in the chat box or share out. If you're unsure what to do, you can watch the video again and pause it to make sure you understand. Ask a teacher to repeat directions or persevere. That just means try your best. Good luck.